40 News at 6 starts now.
We are learning more about a 13-year-old student who died after being restrained at the Guiding Hand School in El Dorado Hills. The family friend says the teen was on the autism spectrum but wasn't violent. That information in stark contrast to what officials with the school and the sheriff's office are saying. Detectives have said he needed to be restrained because he became violent, and school staff were trying to prevent injury to employees and other students. While he was restrained, investigators say he became unresponsive and was taken to a hospital where he died 2 days later.
And now the California Department of Education has suspended certification at Guiding Hand School, which basically means that they can't take on any new students for now. Fox 40's Doug Johnson live in the newsroom with what we know so far. Doug.
Eric and Nikki, extended family friends, tell us that the victim was bussed in from miles away to attend Guiding Hands. And from this tragedy, many hope changes can be made to prevent a death like this from happening again.
A sweet young boy who was on the autism spectrum and had some behavioral issues, but was not a violent individual.
Dr. Jeannie Singer is a criminal justice professor at Sacramento State and a licensed psychologist. Her son Leo was friends with the 13-year-old boy who passed away last week after being restrained by staff at Guiding Hand School in El Dorado Hills.
He loved nature, he loved dogs, and he loved his very wonderful family who adored him.
She tells us the teen was bused to Guiding Hands all the way from Davis after the school was recommended to his parents.
The family didn't have options and was told this is where, your son needs to go to school.
Several states have banned the act of restraining students. Singer believes laws need to change in California.
And there's other ways to deal with violent behaviors or behavioral outbursts than restraint.
In fact, in October, Governor Brown signed a bill limiting restraint and seclusion in schools, limiting but not banning.
It does not ban it. It establishes a floor of minimal protections that we believe are minimally necessary to try to safeguard children.
Leslie Morrison is the Director of External Relations for Disability Rights California, a group which has investigated restraining cases in the past.
The first thing we look at is whether or not the child's behavior posed an imminent risk of harm. That would be the threshold standard by which restraint should be used. So we look to see whether the child's behavior at the time of the restraint really met that high threshold.
Meanwhile, Singer says the teen's death has been tough on her son Leo, and she knows many other classmates and friends are struggling with the loss as well.
He's very devastated and agitated and sad.
And Disability Rights California tells us it believes restraints should be used rarely as a last resort and only by trained personnel. We've chosen not to release the name nor photos of the teen until we have permission from the family. In our newsroom tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you. Stockton police at this point are